The housing industry as a whole is a $1 trillion market. With every market comes market opportunity, and with every market opportunity comes disruptors. In our opinion, we think Boxabl can become that disruptor. While the Fed's rate hike announcement may make you think twice before buying a house, it seems like millennials are shrugging it off. A study by the National Association of Realtors shows that the number of millennial homebuyers continue to increase this year. The rate of millennial homebuyers rose to 43% from 37% the year prior. This is happening all while the housing market had its biggest increase in market value during 2021. Zillow analysis showed that the housing market grew by $6.9 trillion in 2021 alone, almost doubling its largest annual gain of $3.7 trillion in 2005. In total, the housing market is now worth more than $43 trillion. On top of that, Zillow economists are expecting another strong year for the housing market this 2022. Now, despite the looming recession rumors and another potential housing bubble, as some experts suggest, although housing will never go away, the price that people are willing to pay may be less during a crash/recession. This leaves the door wide open for Boxabl, $1 trillion door to be exact. Here are the 5 key reasons why Boxabl, the growing juggernaut in the housing industry, could 10x. Make sure to watch until the end of the video. You definitely do not want to miss this. Please note though, we are not financial advisors and none of this is financial advice, so always do your own due diligence, or as we like to call it, doo-doo. If you haven't already, make sure to follow us on our social media pages at Wealth Gambit. We post some dank financial memes and general market news daily. We're also creating a Prefab Home Investors Facebook group, which will be linked in the description and the pinned top comment. So if you want to join the group, make sure to click on the link. But back into it.
Let's get started.
The first on our list is number 1, affordability. After all, no one can buy what they cannot afford, although many people do definitely try. The US Census Bureau recently released the quarterly residential vacancies and home ownership for the first quarter of 2022. Their data shows that in the first quarter of 2022, the median asking rent for vacant for rent units was $1,255, and the median asking sales price for vacant for sale unit was $225,500. If you're someone who is earning $20 per hour and working 40 hours per week and at the same time renting a unit, it just means that you're working more than 1 week just to pay for your monthly rent. So just imagine how much weight paying around $250 per month for a Boxabl Casita is going to have on someone who is paying more than $1,000 per month for rent alone. No matter how you look at it, the Boxabl Casita's affordability is one of the best in the game. We here at Wealth Gambit literally know people who pay $250 a month for a phone bill. Seriously. Number 2, cheaper doesn't mean less quality. The $50,000 Casita doesn't mean you will be living less. Most of you probably have this sentiment. Less price means less quality. Boxabl is the complete opposite of that. Buying a Casita is like an undervalued stock that is less in price but greater in value. There are some places in the world where a few $100,000 won't get you nearly as much value as the Boxabl Casita. Unlike buying a cheap house with a lot of issues, a Boxabl Casita comes with a bug-resistant, water-resistant, fire-resistant, wind-resistant, and mold-resistant. In a video titled, "I Tried Destroying a Boxabl Casita," Galiano Tiramani, Boxabl's co-founder, tried destroying a Casita wall with wood, sledgehammer, concrete block, flamethrower, and even had a car run over it, and the wall withstood them all. If you end up buying a Boxabl Casita, we wouldn't advise smashing it with a sledgehammer, but just know if you did hit it with a sledgehammer, it's strong enough to withstand the hit.
Now that's impressive.
On top of that, the Boxabl Casita is snow load rated, seismic rated, and hurricane wind load rated, proving that a Boxabl Casita has been tried and tested in many different environments. Number 3, Boxabl Casita has the US government's trust. It says a lot when your very first customer is the US federal government. For one, winning a government project when you're a startup company may seem near impossible, especially when you're competing with companies that have proven their worth for decades. But that's not the case for Boxabl. In December 2020, the federal government ordered 156 casitas, representing an approximate amount of $10 million in revenue. But the great news is, the government isn't the only one waiting for their casitas. Number 4, there is massive demand for the casita. As of December 30th, 2021, Boxabl has received over 4,000 deposits from potential customers for over 4,400 casitas, and there were a total of more than 70,000 potential customers that have shown interest in the Boxabl casita. Now let's take a look at 4,400 casitas that have already received deposits and multiply that to the cost of a casita. That alone represents $220 million in potential revenue. According to their pitch, published by Republic.com, the company had received 90,000 no-deposit casita reservations after the casita product went viral on Twitter. Number 5, they plan on going public. Now, huge demand for a startup company may seem a little off, as they often can't meet demand due to finance and production issues. Most startup companies go public to solve this problem. It makes it easy for them to raise the necessary capital, which eventually leads to a ramp up in production and makes it possible for them to deliver their products based on demand. Boxabl, as you may know, is not a publicly traded company, at least not yet. You can, however, invest in Boxabl through sites such as startengine.com, which is where we went to invest in the company. We actually just got this bad boy through email as confirmation that our investment was accepted. By the way, let us know in the comments below, have any of you guys invested in Boxabl? And if so, did you invest through StartEngine as well? This is good news considering a lot of investors have also shown great interest in the company. There's no definite date for the IPO, but if you keep an eye out, you may still be able to snag some shares on StartEngine. In 2020, the company started to raise money for a new type of factory, and last year,
Galiano here from Boxabl. I am at our new Boxabl factory. The whole thing! This new factory should produce thousands of casitas. The United States federal government placed an order, very large order for casitas. We are basically spending the rest of this year setting that factory up, delivering on our first order.
Boxabl has a lot of investors that are willing to invest in the company. And now, once again, the company is raising around $1 billion to build the world's largest and most advanced housing factory to scale their production. Today, Boxabl seems like an ant compared to the $43 trillion housing market, but no great company started off big. The current housing market dilemmas have definitely positioned the Boxabl casita favorably. Affordability has never been a greater issue than it is today. The growing number of millennials buying houses might add to the momentum that Boxabl already has. Boxabl is definitely going big.
Man, they're gonna be big.
Shout out to all of you who commented the trenches on our previous videos. We truly appreciate the support. Also, special shout out to everyone in the Patreon community. You guys truly help to make these videos possible, and we appreciate all the support. Shouts out Arthur Magazu, Wei Chu, Pietro Serra, Daniel Corbett, Mr. Welfare, Casey Patel, Jeff Sherman, Gregory Villar, Bo Park, Denzel, Shonda, Reginald Davis, Les Broadway, Christian Cardelphi, Kevin Beaufrand, and Jay Bone. Don't forget to smash that like button for the YouTube algorithm and subscribe if you haven't already. Also, don't forget to turn on the notification bell so you're updated as soon as we upload new videos. Anyways, until next time, peace.